Photoshop Project 6 Advertising Samples. We are in Stage 2, working in perspective, and we are picking up on page 350 with Warp the Sample Ad. I've opened up the tank file that I cleaned up earlier, and now I am going to place that banner in again, embedded. I need to scale this to 35% to make it fit, and I want to drag this up just above the fence and pretty well center it on that tank, or at least get it where it's matching up a bit on the corners so it looks like it's in a good location. And then I'll place that, and in Edit I am going to go to Transform and use Warp. In my options bar I want to select Arc Upper. If I select Arc, it's going to warp the upper and lower sections, which is not going to work because we're looking straight on at the fence and the banner is going to be approximately in the same location, so we don't want that kind of an arc. We're going to Arc Upper, which is only going to do the top section and leave the bottom flat, and our bend only needs to be a 5% bend to make it match, and we can then either hit enter or select the commit button. And if you're not happy with the placement, you can move that around. I am going to place in a drop shadow again, which is going to lift that up off of the tank a little bit. And we're going to again multiply black, set the distance down to only 2 pixels. Opacity should be at 75%, a spread of 0, a size of only 5 pixels, and a 90-degree angle so that the light is coming pretty much overhead. If you look at the rest of the shadows in the image, we don't have long cast shadows, so we just need that to be pretty much an overhead shot. And then we can save this file and close it. Next we're going to open up the balloon file and again place the banner onto the balloon. Scale this to approximately 40%, and we're going to put that up on this section. And on this one we are again going to go into the Edit and Transform using Warp, and this time we are going to choose the arch, which is going to arc both upper and lower sections. We'll take the bend down to 12%. Now this is good, but it's not quite right because it's not giving us the control over the roundness to match the balloon. So we're going to go back up into our Warp menu, and this time we're going to choose Custom. Custom allows me to fine-tune the arc that we created. Let me zoom in on here, and we're going to grab and drag these points in so that we can match to the seam, and we can then bloat the sides to approximate the shape of the balloon. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and you can kind of match up according to the tops, and this actually should come in, I would think, just a tad bit more, and that gives us a much rounder appearance than we had. You can bring this in maybe a little bit to make it match the curve. Once you're satisfied with the curve that you've created, you can commit, and then again we're adding another drop shadow. This time again multiply 75%. We're going to use a 120-degree angle with a distance of 3 pixels, a spread of 0, and a size of 5. You can then save this file again And you can close this file.